Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I'm going to address a couple of questions or criticisms I sometimes get, or rather just intrigue. People ask me like, Lloyd, why you dressed up like this, or why do you roam around half naked? Especially when you're a coach, especially when you are a guy who focuses on personal development or helping people get jobs in the Middle East. Shouldn't you be wearing a suit and tie and dressing up formal and have a formal setting? What kind of corporate professional, walks half naked in the jungle, forest? And then obviously the other question, what kind of corporate professional has tattoos on the face? I mean, are you for real? And then the questions are like, Loy, you have made a mess of your life. You look like a freak. What are you going to teach me about corporate, corporate secrets of success? And by the way, these are all legit concerns. Huh? I'm not saying no. And then you also have, like, I got one comment today when I posted on my YouTube community page a response that I gave. Sometimes I also use a little bit of profanity and, I give a bit slap left, right, and center. So people are saying, ha, 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 the laughing emoji. Oh, this is a personal development coach. This is a motivational coach. Well, I'll address that part as well. And finally, why am I like this? Why am I like this in a industry, coaching, where you have to be formal, where you have to be decent, where you have to show that you're an example? But why am I like this? Okay. Post your comments and thoughts down below, and I'll address all this in this video. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get professional, well-paying jobs, higher salary in the Middle East, especially UAE and Dubai. And people approach me for personal and professional coaching. Okay, whatever issues are, you can see I have nearly 6,800 videos online. Okay, so now the question is, the topic. Why am I like this? First things first. See, the problem with the coaching industry or the training industry, people have this goody two-shoes image, like you have to dress up professionally, you have to wear a suit and tie, and you have to talk very corporate, corporate language and all those hi-fi sounding words. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. Today we are going to focus on and the rah-rah like Tony Robbins and the motivational stuff like caring, coaches. And this was the trend in the 80s. Very inspirational, very motivational. Then obviously you started to get outliers, people who are very different. And obviously, one that is very popular, but I'm not a very big fan of his because he's also a scammer when it comes to cryptos and all that. He has his own secret little groups where they promote and pump and dump. Gary Vaynerchuk, he uses a lot of, what the fuck are you? And people are shocked, like, you are supposed to give us motivational advice, but you use this stuff. So people have this image that a coach should be this goody two shoes, which is not the case. It is just a image that people have, a standard people believe should exist. The reason why I chose, I don't know about others, the reason why I chose that I would be just like this, I took it from a page from Steve Jobs. Everyone was dressed up in a suit and tie and announcing formal presentations. Steve Jobs was like, it inspired me in my 20s, dressed up in a black turtleneck and jeans and white shoes, and although that is a designer wear. So I was like, people can be different. And what I realized is just because someone wears a suit and tie doesn't mean he's a good guy. Just because someone does not have tattoos means he's innocent. Case in point, all the dictators on the planet never have tattoos. You have some of the biggest fraudsters and scammers dressed up in a suit and tie. You have serial killers who dressed up very decently and who are very polite. You'll say these are exceptions. But if you see the majority, politics and all that, all of them are dressed very decent. And all these criminals who have cheated people of their millions and billions and rapists and all that, they've all been the decent lot. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that, okay, stop dressing up decent, chuck the suit and tie, dress up, shirtless and go to work. No, you have to use common sense where it is required. In my line of work, given the brand that I've created, given the foundation that I built, I can afford it. But let's assume, for example, when I think it was President Obama invited Steve Jobs to the White House. I think it was him or Bill Clinton, not too sure which one. Steve Jobs dressed up in a suit and tie. So there are areas where you have to follow protocol, even if that is not your style. Let's say tomorrow I'm invited to meet, which will never happen, someone of very high ranking, let's say Queen, the King, President, or I have to follow protocol. Others will say, sorry, you're not allowed. You can't come here. We can't have things our way. But here I can afford to do things my way. Okay. And just so that you know, there have been plenty of gigs, plenty of, I don't know if you can call them opportunities, college invitations, official invitations in the past, which I've rejected and refused because they asked me to wear a suit and tie. I said, no, if you ask me to wear a suit and tie, my charges are double. Why? Because I don't have a suit and tie. I've dumped all of it. I got rid of it when I left the corporate world. But if you want me, you'll have to bear the price, the cost for all this. So people generally never, they didn't say yes, because obviously I'm asking a corporate house to budge. Today, I do get invites, not as much, but they don't pay much. The only problem is they don't pay much. They'll pay for the travel. This is mainly to India and some other neighboring parts. The Middle East, one or two, but they are hesitant because I speak anti-Muslim, anti-Islamic, some of my videos. So they pay for the travel. They pay for the stay because obviously they get sponsors. Business class sometimes. Stay is 5-star hotel. And they pay money, but it's comparatively very less than what I can earn sitting here in my room, sitting in my room. Let's say, for example, if I were to take a one-day session, what people don't understand is that one day is not one day. The one day is almost 2 weeks of planning, preparing the script, then going there, then 1 week after finishing that, getting your, like they say, getting your shit together. So total of 3 weeks of work, or minimum 2 weeks of work. So the 2 weeks that is spent traveling, going, meeting new places, this and that, versus sitting in my room, I can earn quite a lot. I can earn 10 times more. Now, obviously, you're asked, then what about these other people who keep traveling? Well, they have a different structure. They have a different goal set. They have a different... there's a lot of investment of time, effort, money, planning that is required. You need to take an agency. You need to have a manager. You need to have books to sell. You need to have extra stuff, merchandise. So that's how you make the money. I don't have all that. I don't want to get into all that. I want to keep my life simple. Okay. Now, very important is I am not a motivational coach. I am not a motivational coach. I am a demotivational coach. Okay. What do I mean by that? Motivation is where you just tell people, yeah, you can do it, man. You can do it. Believe in yourself. You can tell an ugly female that she can become Miss Universe. You can tell a 50-year-old female that she can be Victoria's Secret model. You can tell a beggar he can be rich as Elon Musk. That is motivation. I'm like, either you have it or you don't, and you don't have it, I'll tell you on your face, and I'll tell you what you can possibly do. I keep it as real as possible. That is not to say that every single person who I analyzed proved my prediction. Okay. Among the 20 years of doing this, I think I've been proved wrong once, twice, 3 times. Okay. Very rare occasions. One was where I said a marriage would not work. It finally worked after, I think, 7 years or 8 years after I told them that. But now they are living more as, because they both are retired, they're just minding their own business. So I don't know if you call that a successful marriage. The other one was, I told the guy he would not manage to get abroad with his education qualifications and his work. Well, he managed to get there. I am slightly doubtful that he did it with a little bit of hanky-panky stuff, which I don't want to get into. But end result, he did it. He proved me wrong. Fine. And third one was a business, which I told the guy it's not going to work. Surprisingly, made it work, but I'm no longer in touch with them, so I don't know if the business is still working. So there have been 2 or 3 cases, but majority of the cases, my predictions are true. Okay, so I keep it real, man. I'm not one of those like you can do anything you want and all. I don't give sweet talk. I don't like to give bullshit. I keep it real. And last, if not the least, it is like, oh, Loy, you're using these profanities, these bad words. Yeah, because I keep it real. Offline, I'm like this. With people, I'm like this. So what do you want me to create a facade or an image of what I'm not? I know you'll say that, Loy, there are places where I have to behave. Yes. Where I have to behave myself, I behave. Like if I go to a religious event, I'm not going to preach my atheism, or I'm not going to tell fuck you and give bad words of Rome without a shirt. No, decorum has to be followed there. You have to use common sense. I use common sense where it is required. But for majority of my this thing, I keep it as real. I'm not one of those characters who say, this is like my sister, these girls are like my sister, we have to respect them. And then I'll go to some whorehouse and I'll sexually fantasize about the same girls I call my sister. I keep it as real as possible, man. That is the reason so many people actually come to me, because they're tired of bullshit. They're tired of these fake ass gurus and fake ass coaches. They want someone who keeps it real. And I like to keep it real. So if you cannot handle that, if you have an image that the coach should be like a decent guy, like some decent saint, I don't know, whoever it is, should be like an image like Obama with the appearance of Sadguru, Om, and all that, and holy poly stuff, you're knocking on the wrong door. This is not your channel, this is not your video, and I'm not the person you should be getting. Live in your bubble world where you assume all this is decent and all this is nice. I keep it as real as possible. If someone is a piece of shit, I tell them you are a piece of shit. If a female is sleeping around with someone else, okay, when she's married to a guy and she's telling me, oh, why my husband doesn't love me, I tell her, you're a piece of shit. You're a slut. You don't have fucking values. I actually tell them this because they need to hear it from someone. I'm not going to say, no, you're seeking love. That is why you opened your legs to another 3 more guys while you're married. No, you're wrong. Break up with a guy, then go around sleeping around, no? So what do you want me to do? And there are so many young boys in India who, I want to be billionaire, millionaire. What do you want me to tell them? Yeah, you can do anything. Pay me $2,000. I'll help you achieve your goals. So many times I had to tell them, listen, you're never going to be anything more than what you are. I don't want your money, man. So I'm sorry if you wanted a goody two shoes, decent looking suit and tie looking trainer. Go to some other bloody channel, not mine. Okay. I keep things as bloody real as possible. And that is why I don't find the need to show off. I don't show off. I don't have an expensive car. I don't wear a suit. I say, I was poor, now I'm fucking rich and I have this big house and sexy wife and private jet. No, all this is bullshit. I keep it real. You see this, no? This simple black shirt. You see the simple background. That's my reality. And that I only prefer real clients, real people who have the maturity to look beyond all this. And finally, with regards to my tattoos and my past life, those are the mistakes I made. And that's how I learned from them. If you want to be a chef, you will have cuts on your fingers. You will prepare bad dishes. You will make bloody mistakes. What do you want? Someone with a perfect record who has never experienced hardships and problems and how they will overcome. And one final thing for those who keep harping about, I understand you're mentally off your hook because you got raped, molested, and you got deported, and that has only made me tougher. It's very easy for you to comment. You don't have half the balls. Forget half the balls. You don't even have balls. You don't even have even 10% of the character that I have. Because I went through all of it from the age of 7. That's I'm so bloody mentally tough. You can only comment. You're a bloody keyboard warrior. And I can assure you, the day you lose your job, you lose your money, lose your savings, and you're on the road, you will not have that character which I had. So very easy to talk. And you're assuming it has made me weak and mentally disturbed. If it did make me weak and mentally disturbed, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. It has made me a much better human being, much better father to my daughter, much better husband to my wife, much better human. That's why I don't smoke, don't drink, don't go to girls, don't waste money, don't mess around. My life is much better than yours, man. What the hell are you talking? Because if your life was better than mine, you wouldn't be talking about my crap, just as I don't talk about your crap. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love to hear what you guys have to say. This is me signing off. You guys take care.